Hey, friends. I noticed something the other day after I was thinking more about the email and the page out of Gypsy's book, where she talks about Dee Dee's scar, if we believe that Dee Dee had that scar. Personally, I don't, and Kian's scar. And it got me to think about something, friends. Let's review that real quick. So, in this email that we believe was to Melissa Moore, one of the producers, Gypsy was asked, what does true love look like, feel like, and what does it provide? And she says, the first time I ever felt real, genuine love for someone was in the summer of 2018 while on a visit with blank, Keen. My hand was resting on his arm as we were engaging in conversation, and I noticed a scar on his arm as my finger ran across the scar for a little while. I didn't ask what happened. I waited for him to explain his origins, and as he told me of a dark time in his life when all he felt was nothing but hopelessness, I felt a sudden desire to hold him in my arms, and all I wanted to do is protect him from all the bad in the world, wishing that holding him would make the scar fade away. If only it were that simple. I never knew I was capable of feeling such compassion and love for someone until that moment. I am normally very self centered, and this moment made me lose interest in myself. It wasn't about if he was the right one for me. It wasn't about me at all. It was simply, I felt nothing but love for him. So her claim there is that realizing that he had a scar from self HARM caused such an overwhelming flood of compassion. She wanted to hold and love him and make it all go away. And it wasn't even about him being the right one for her. And then let's review again what Loferto pulled out a page from Gypsy's book. And the highlighted part here says, one time I noticed raised red marks on her arm. She's talking about Dee Dee. I remember rubbing my fingers along them, sprinkling bathwater over her as if the droplets would magically heal them. As I investigated the marks more closely, the word pain came into view, appearing like a film negative submerged into a basin of developing solution. That looks like it hurts, I said, appalled that she had carved the word pain into her forearm. How recently or long ago, I could not know. It relieves the pain, she said. I swallowed my own hurt down, wanting to make her pain go away. So I bandaged her wounds for her, feeling a sense of purpose when she said, I help you, you help me, we take care of each other. Okay, so what I remembered, friends, and the point of reviewing that was an email that I read about a month ago in the original doc. Let's go there and take a look. And this is on page number 209. Pretty sure Gypsy was talking to Brian. And let's look at this outbound in 2019. This is outbound from Gypsy Blanchard, January 14th, 2019. This is after her and Ken had met, after the incident she described, that first feeling of selfless real love was touching his scar, blah, blah, blah. Gypsy says on January 14th, 2019, I'm so ready to just throw in the towel on this relationship. After fighting then making up a few days ago, tonight he took out at 8 p.m. at night his female coworker Blink out for ice cream, trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho because she's CUTS. I'm like, who gives a shit? She's doing it to herself. Now he just opened up the door for her to lean on him for comfort. I'm going to show him. I'm so over it. I'm really fucked over this. So, friends, I've been questioning a lot about those stories, but now I question a lot more now that I've remembered this. Because it was very, very strange to me how Dee Dee could have a scar that prominent on her forearm, visible word, readable, carved into her skin and scarred, but wear her short sleeve muumuus all the time, and no one ever noticed that or talk about it. And also that such a thing wasn't noted at all on her autopsy. Scars take a really, really long time to fade, especially one of the type that Gypsy described. What do y'all think, friends? And then we have her description of how she felt this selfless love for Keen whenever she touched his scar on the visit. But then in 2019, a year later, or maybe 6 months later, I'm not sure exactly what point of 2018 they had their visit. I think it was in the summer. So let's be generous, say half a year later, she's talking to Brian, ready to throw in the towel on the relationship because she can't understand why he would have compassion on someone doing the same thing he's just being Captain Save-A-Ho, and Gypsy says, I'm like, who gives a shit? She's doing it to herself. Yeah, I think these stories are bullshit, friends. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments if I'm right or I'm reaching, friends. I know this is a short one. I may have another video up later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But we'll go out with a little palate cleanser. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.